We launched E-FWD, the only dedicated insights and superior collaboration business for leaders in the North Sea energy transition, right here in Aberdeen in November at a sold-out event. We then started publishing, and the response to our weekly newsletters from members gave me confidence that E-FWD would become just as big a journalistic talent magnet as our news brand, Energy Voice. And I'm delighted to say I'm here today with Ryan Crighton, Policy and Marketing Director at Aberdeen and Grampian Chamber of Commerce, who's written a column for us, Nothing Changes If Nothing Changes. Now, Ryan's work at the Chamber is the most front foot and passionate endeavour I've come across working in this community. It's inspiring. And Ryan, so much of that passion comes through in your insights for us, but there's also a hint of frustration. What's driving that for you about what's going on here at the moment in energy?
Well, thank you for that introduction. I've never been greeted so fondly in this building. So thank you. Yeah, I think it probably is laced with frustration, and I think it's because this region's voice hasn't necessarily been always been heard in the energy transition debate. I think in a lot of cases over the last few years, policy's been done to us rather than created with us. A great example of that, which you'd referenced in the piece, perhaps was Labour briefing out to the Sunday Times that there was going to be no future drilling in the North Sea if Labour was to win the election. That was done with zero engagement with the industry, zero engagement with this region, and we rightfully called them out on that, and were successful in bringing them to the region for a conversation. So I think, our role probably has been as a bit of a noisy agitator, I guess, but we are really keen that this region is heard because 45,000 jobs in the city alone are dependent on the oil and gas sector. Energy matters, but there's nowhere that matters more than in this part of the country.
E-FWD exists to accelerate cross-industry collaboration. We've started to see that happening. Tangible outcomes from the content and the sessions we're putting together. What do you want to see happen faster here?
Well, that's a good question. I want to see a plan, fundamentally, and I want to see a plan that goes beyond the short-termism of 5-year cycles in politics. One that sets out a vision for 40 years and something that the industry knows is not going to change. That's fundamental. They've been dealing with so many changes over the last few years that it's impossible to set a business strategy at the moment. So we need a plan, a tangible plan that sets out a direction for multiple decades. And I would like to see all of our political parties subscribing to that and not changing it, because the energy transition requires clarity, it requires certainty, and we have not had that to date.
At the next E-FWD event in March, we're going to try and attack something I'm a bit worried is becoming a bit of a soundbite, a bit of a buzz phrase rather than anything tangible. Green jobs. It could be a Twitter hashtag, but what does it actually mean? Are you seeing enough tangible substance in Labour's plans for this sector and region, ahead of the next election?
I still think they've got some work to do. We had a great session, and to be fair, Sir Keir Starmer travelled up to Aberdeen at our request, had a roundtable with industry and spent several hours at the Chamber's offices engaging with industry. I've yet to see those conversations translate into a different policy direction from Labour, but I'm sure as we get closer to the election, we'll hear a little more about what they're about. But I think, what Labour and others need to understand, it's not a case of people hopping off the rigs one day into green jobs the next. It's a transition. It's going to take multiple decades. It's going to take trillions of pounds of investment. And the job of government, I think, is to convince investors, international investors, that this is the right place to put their money. And if we don't achieve that, then we've got some real economic problems coming our way. So it's really important that we give investors across the world confidence that the UK and the North Sea in particular is the place to put their money.
All the more important that organisations like yours, Ryan, and ours keep things on the front foot and moving at pace. What makes E-FWD unique is that we are shaping our offering with member feedback. As much as our superior collaboration events are not the next nod-along, no-action snooze fest, our team are responding to challenges from members daily. What they're not going to do is wait till the end of the year, have a wash-up, and then make things better. They're doing it now. Our members have asked for our next event on March the 5th to be workshop formats. They want solution-orientated sessions. So that's what's going to happen. Skills and jobs are going to be under the spotlight, with groups chaired by CEOs from wind, decommissioning, and other key areas of the market. In the workshops, participating will be leading figures from trade unions and every political party. They'll react in real time to the solutions generated And then we at E-FWD will take those to government in a proposal, because our purpose is to make cross-industry collaboration real. And if you want to get involved in what we're doing, all the information you need is in the comments below this video.